behavior.
Good morning, everyone. It is the end of November. I can't believe it. I say it every month that I can't believe it's the end of another month, but here we are. Thank you for joining us today. Just as a reminder, this meeting is brought to you by the Downtown Collaborative Committee. That is myself with Noblesville Main Street, Brandon Bennett from Parks and Rec, Bob Dubois from the Chamber of Commerce, although standing in today is Tom Markwell, Aaron Head from the City of Noblesville, and Ailey McGill from Nickel Plate Arts. The point of this meeting is to give you an update of what's to come over the next few weeks in the downtown Noblesville area. We'll present that to you in about a 15 to 20-minute presentation, and then reserve the rest of the time for any questions you may have. We also record this and send this out, so perhaps you're watching this today, days after we've said it, but just know that no matter what, we are always reachable for questions via email, text, you name it. First up, the Noblesville Chamber of Commerce with our, I've been saying, guest star, Tom Markwell.
Hey, well, a lot of great things have been happening here at the Chamber. We are actually coming to you, I'm coming to you live today from our legislative breakfast preview, a joint effort with the Westfield Chamber of Commerce. So it is a sold out event just a couple doors down to my left, your right as you're viewing, where the Indiana Chamber is giving us a full preview of the upcoming legislative session. So if you have any interest in joining those, we will be partnering with Westfield throughout the remainder of the legislative session to bring the business community and those who would like to be in the know these updates throughout the remainder. We also had, we have our holiday luncheon coming up, which will be on December 7th, and that will be at the Purgatory Golf Club up off of 216th Street. So if you are in the area and you are in a festive mood and you would like to attend, registration is open for that. We are going to be supporting the Noblesville Fire Department's toy drive that they do every single year. So we always partner with them on that, as well as the Hamilton County Harvest Food Bank as well. So if you are planning on attending, please feel free to bring an unwrapped gift, in box and all that good stuff, or any non-perishable food items should you be able to attend that day. We'd love to have you. We had a fantastic lighting of the square, and I wanted to give a shout out to Kate Baker for sharing her vocal talents with us that evening. I personally wasn't there. It was my wife's birthday celebration. So, but from what I've seen from the photographs and everything else, just apparently it was a home run. So thank you all for partnering with us on that and helping make that a success, and all those social media shares and all the likes and comments and things of that nature. Keep it going as we are still in the throes of the holiday season. Let's see. Recently, we also had our Advancing Noblesville Awards with the City of Noblesville, and I have to say that event went much better than I could have anticipated. So I just want to give a shout out to some of our businesses, Beacon Cafe, the Ninth Street Bistro, all of the finalists. If you follow us on social media, you're going to be seeing portions of the video that we showed at the event. So you'll be able to kind of check in and see why all of the finalists became finalists in the first place, why they were spotlighted, and why the victors ultimately walked away with the wonderful Vintage Adventures plaques that they got, which was absolutely fantastic. I cannot recommend utilizing their services if you have any needs. Of course, Dick Gordon took Business Person of the Year with Gordon Marketing, Gals Guide Library, the Noblesville Preservation Alliance, Debbie's Daughters Bakery, and so many more. Just fantastic businesses, and you know, it's always nice to be able to celebrate businesses. So we appreciate you all and your support in helping us make that happen. Kind of coming up for the chamber, I'm going to look at my notes now. Let's see. Yeah, December 7th, that's going to be our final event of the year. And we will be beginning the year of 2023 off with our coffee roasters series with our young professionals group. So likely going to have our first coffee roasters at Cohatch over there at the Hamilton Town Center. That's kind of become a little landing space for us should other businesses be unavailable that day to host. Or if a business needs a place to host, typically our YPs, we try to spotlight a business leader within the community every single month. And that will be on the first Wednesday of the month moving forward. And then December's Coffee Roasters is going to be with Emily Gaylord and Chuck Goodrich, not Chuck Goodrich, Chuck Haberman. Well, Chuck Goodrich isn't going to come to a YP event. He's far too old. Anyway, don't tell him I said that. That will be coming up on December 7th as well in the morning. So if you want to get some complimentary coffee in the morning, maybe some pastries and things of that nature, we're going to be at the green room at Federal Hill Commons, and it's going to be an update from the city on the Federal Hill Apartments mixed use facility. Some of the updates around that, what's going on, what can be expected as far as traffic flow and things of that nature moving forward. So it's going to be a really good update, not only from a business standpoint, but just from a community standpoint as well. So feel free to like and share that as well. Our holiday luncheon will begin at 11:15 on the 7th. And finally, as we head into 2023, we have some leadership roles within the chamber and some networks that we're going to be launching within our Noblesville Networks platform. So we have our manufacturing, health, all types of different opportunities. So if you're at all interested in taking your involvement in the chamber a little bit further, please reach out to Bob or myself. That's Bob or Tom at noblesvillechamber.com, or just call us, let us know, because we'd like to bring more voices around the table, the more people that we can have and the more experiences that we can have to yield on, the better product we'll be able to produce for our business community and continue moving Noblesville forward. So yeah, that's all he had written down for me. So thank you all for allowing me to pitch it here for Bob. And I will turn it back over to you, Kate.
Thank you. Thanks so much for a great update. All right, next up, Ailey McGill.
Good morning, everybody. We are, as you all know, in the heart of the holiday season, and that's an exciting time for the arts for sure. We had a great small business Saturday at Nickel Plate Arts and Noblemade, and between those two locations, we are confident that we have at least 75 artists represented with all of our holiday products and sales. So don't forget that if you need either a quick, affordable gift that has a strong local connection, be sure to drop into Noblemade. Or if you're looking for something a little more unique for that person on your list who's like impossible to shop for, our pop-up shop at Nickel Plate Arts has some really unique, really cool items in it as well. We did just release our latest issue of Arts Guide, which covers the arts season and sort of the things we have planned and coming up from October through April. So if you did not get a copy of that, please let us know. Our staff member Ryan walked the square on Small Business Saturday and delivered a lot of copies, but he was easy to spot. He was dressed as an elf. But if you didn't get one, please let us know. Or if you know folks that you could distribute more copies to, we're happy to get you more. We have plenty in stock. And we're just very proud of those. It takes a lot of effort to put in to get those out. So we want to make sure we share those as widely as possible. We are going to be celebrating First Friday this week at Nickel Plate, along with lots of other folks downtown. We're going to have our sort of annual holiday pop-up shop open house, and we will be hosting White River Sound Chorus, who will be caroling on our campus, and they may wander around town as well. I also want to be sure to mention that Hamilton County Artists Association is planning a silent auction for First Friday, which is a great way to get some original art from professional artists in our community and support their organization at the same time. So I believe they are open 5 to 8. So be sure to drop in there and place some bids on some really cool art. We also have a Second Saturday storytelling event. Second Saturday is an effort that we started many, many years ago, couldn't always commit to. COVID made it really hard. We've tried bringing it back this year. So it's, they usually tend to be more family focused, and they're great opportunities to just drop in and see what's going on at Nickel Plate Arts and to get involved. And this month, we're going to be doing a storytelling event. We will have rotating stories throughout the day. Ryan is going to be managing that as well. And we've got some great local celebrities who are going to be reading stories during that time. Kids who attend, whether actual kids or kids at heart, will receive little gifts as well during that event. So be sure to pop in on that. That'll be 10 to 5 on the second Saturday of the month, which I believe is the 10th. And as Ryan is reminding me, a member of the Ukrainian Society of Indiana will be reading at 12:30 p.m. So we're really excited to have them as guest stars. We also will be doing drop-in crafts towards the end of the month. So sort of for holiday break, we call it a cure for cabin fever because we know that sometimes that holiday break can seem a little long by the end of it. But starting on December 21st and running through January 7th, you can drop in and make a craft or take a kit home from our campus. I also want to remind folks that we will be running Comic Book in a Day on January 21st of 2023 because 2023 is basically here already. That is our annual event where we challenge people to make a comic book from scratch. It does happen at the Fishers Library, but of course that's all a branch of Heppel, which is one of our local partners. And it's a really fun and unique opportunity to stretch your creative muscles. We've had people as young as, I believe, 6 and old enough to qualify for AARP participate in that event. So it really, truly is all ages and is really fun. Even if you don't want to commit to the 8-hour challenge of making a comic book, you should drop by and see what everybody's doing because it's just a marvelous creative time. We are still looking for partners for our Valentine's Day event in downtown. We are looking at coordinating sort of a downtown promotion where there are multiple stations around downtown to make art and sort of have a date night. So we'd love to pair with restaurants, either to have an art station at your restaurant or to make sure that sort of reservations can be coordinated in conjunction with some of the places that are hosting art events. So please reach out to us if you'd like to be involved with that. I want to make sure that everybody is aware of the Live at the Lacey events that have been going on. The Nurnbergers and Amelia Seaborn have been working really hard to activate that building even during construction. They just had a really cool performance this past weekend, and there will be more coming very soon, including some really unique workshops and things like that. There's a toy making workshop coming up with Treebeard, which is going to be really cool. So be sure, if you're not following them on social media, search for the Lacey Arts Building and you'll get all those updates. We also, Nickel Plate Arts has been coordinating a theater study, and that has included a survey of local theater groups about their operating needs and how they approach their work and what they might need if they suddenly, let's imagine, had access to a magical space. And it also includes information about theater spaces in various towns around Indiana. We're compiling that information, and I hope to release that study before the end of the year. If you are interested in that, please let me know and I'll make sure you get a copy. The whole purpose of this was just to make sure that we kind of understand what downtown Noblesville's theater needs truly are, and how we compare to those other cities in terms of size, in terms of number of venues, in terms of funding, et cetera, so that we are prepared for future planning. Finally, breaking news, literally breaking news. I just found out that they're about to break ground on the Fishers City Hall and Arts Center today. I know that's out of our region, but it certainly affects our arts community. That's apparently happening at 11 o'clock this morning. And so that's a big project that's moving forward that's definitely going to shape a lot of what's going on in town. So if you want to know more about that or anything else on the list, feel free to reach out to me. I think those are my updates.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Ailey. I have a few things to share just from Noblesville Main Street. As Ailey mentioned, we've got our first Friday of the year coming up this Friday. I can't believe it. It's going to be December this week. What? Join us from 5 p.m. this Friday evening until 12 a.m. downtown. We have several businesses that are participating not only in Deck the Downtown, but also in Midnight Madness. So if you want to join us, do some late night shopping. When else do you get to shop on the square until midnight? We have about 15 stores participating in that. So lots of places to come and shop, and restaurants staying open also late that evening, which is fantastic. We will have trolley rides that connect everyone to Seminary Park, so you can get over and participate in the Lights Over Seminary, which Aaron will share some more details on coming up. You can also go ice skating over at Federal Hill Commons. And don't forget, the first Friday going on at Nickel Plate. So the trolley will even drop you off over at Hamilton for the Hamilton County Artists Association and Nickel Plate Arts. So we've got about 5 trolley stops that can get you everywhere you need to go. It'll be a really fun night. I know a lot of shops are offering a lot of great discounts and promotions. So please come join us. On the next day, December 3rd, this Saturday, 11 to 4 at Federal Hill Commons, we've got our holiday market. I think we've got about 40 different vendors that are going to be there. So come and do some shopping, do some ice skating, and enjoy the holiday season in a fun and different way. On Thursday, December 8th, Noblesville Main Street is having our end of year fundraiser, and we are doing a really fun dinner in the Lacey Arts Building. So formerly Kirk's Hardware. Join us. There are tickets still available. You can look on our Facebook page. We are offering that through Eventbrite. Yes, few tickets still available. We're going to have a live auction for some really fun experiences. We've got, I know 9th Street Bistro is participating. They're doing a burrata and bar tips offering where you can actually schedule time with Chef Samir and Rachel to learn how to make their burrata, learn how to make a specialty cocktail, and have that really special experience. Debbie's Daughters is offering a tailored baking experience where they'll show you how to make one of their famous recipes. That and so much more. There's going to be some really fun stuff going on. So we hope you'll join us that evening. And last but not least, Noblesville Main Street in the last few weeks launched our online store. So all the t-shirts that you love, the farmers market t-shirts, the townie t-shirts, are all available now to you online. Visit our website to get to the store. We are also offering for a limited time this holiday season a historic courthouse snow globe, and it is the coolest looking thing ever. If you love our downtown, you love our courthouse, you can now give it as a gift this holiday season, or maybe for your own mantle. So I hope that you'll visit the store and give us some love and get some good gifts from it. All right, those are the updates from Main Street. Moving on over to Aaron Head, City of Noblesville.
Hey, good morning. So a few updates for me for this week, mostly fun stuff from the city. So what we want to make sure everybody's aware of is that in the Levinson parking garage on the south side of the square, and then in the orange and gold lots on the north side of the square that are typically metered, all that parking is free and unlimited through the end of the year. So for anybody that comes in, if there are shop owners on, I think I saw Rory on, if anybody comes in, the mayor announced last week that all free parking is available. So if you have customers come in, make sure that they know that there's no limits on parking or fees associated. And we're also relaxed on 2-hour parking for the holiday season as well. So I guarantee that nobody's going to get a ticket this holiday season unless you park in a reserved space. So those are still being monitored, but everything else is free and available. If you see any issues, please let me know. Happy to discuss those things with you. But I think we counted up almost 800 additional spaces in downtown with the 2 garages on the weekends. So obviously the county garage is available after 5 p.m. and on weekends and holidays. So tons of parking downtown. It's actually, what's funny, we've had conversations about how parking has always been like the sort of issue, and over the last year or so, it's actually become sort of a benefit that we have multiple areas where you can park, especially on the weekends when everything's available. So we're happy to continue to move that forward and provide lots of parking options for visitors and businesses. So next, decorated trees at City Hall. So Louise at Kiln Creations, this is a partnership with her. She came up with an idea to decorate trees and have them all inside City Hall. And so she has brought those trees over yesterday. So this week we'll be decorating those trees, and that is available to look at all the decorated trees from Kiln Creations and different departments here at City Hall during the work hours, so 8 to 4:30, Monday through Friday. And so it's always another little fun installation that we do here at City Hall, as well as the art gallery that'll get switched over every month. So feel free to come into City Hall. It's your space, so come in and enjoy and take a look at all the nice things we have here. So next up, so the Home for the Holidays tour and the downtown parade route. So if you're on Noblesville Chatter, about every day you see somebody saying there's no holiday parade. There is a holiday parade, so make sure everybody that you talk to knows that during the Homes for the Holidays tour on Saturday at 2 p.m. will be the normal parade route. So starting on 16th and going south down to Logan Street, past Kate Baker's house, and down to the square, and then north on 9th Street, and then heading back east on Monument. So normal parade route, that'll be at 2 p.m. We've had, I can't remember what the count was, but there's quite a few different nonprofits that have signed up to participate in the parade this year. So we're hoping for a really good turnout, and lots of people coming downtown to support the parade route and make it, really festive opportunity this year. And aside from that, there's also the additional parade routes that the city announced yesterday. All the routes were posted on the City of Noblesville's Facebook page, so you can see which neighborhoods are hit on which days. It's all consolidated into one weekend. So between Saturday and Sunday this weekend, all the parade routes will be hit. So Santa will be working overtime Saturday and Sunday. East and South Alley activation updates. So in the East Alley, as you know, like the shade structure has been up for a couple months now. We have the footers that have been placed into the alley, and right now we're just waiting on the gates, and which are ready to go. They just need painted, and paint is on back order, as like many different things that we have going on now. It's for whatever reason, construction, any kind of materials, it's just taking longer to get. So the artist Kevin Huff, he said he thought it would be a mid-December installation date. So it's backed up about a month, but once we get those gates installed, we'll have a nice celebration to do a new grand opening of that East Alley. And Ailey and I have been working hard on the South Alley and the light installation with a group called the Da Vinci Pursuit. And we're pretty close on actually being able to fully pull the trigger on getting that installation set. And that will be very different from the other alleys. So kind of want to push the envelope a little bit on what we have in downtown, and not, and have different unique opportunities. So for that South Alley, you're going to see it be more specific to lighting, and we'll be able to control the lights, change colors for different events. If, for the holidays, we'll be able to turn them green and gold and red, that kind of thing. So that'll be nice. And we always say this all the time, but between Main Street, Nickel Plate Arts, the city, chamber, parks, we want everybody to use the alleys, all merchants. If you have an idea for events, let all of us know. We'd be happy to partner with you and figure out how we can help you get events into the alleys. So we're doing some new and exciting things downtown and continue to draw people down here to shop. So the last item that we have is Reimagine Pleasant Street. So as you know, little over a week and a half ago, we did the groundbreaking for Pleasant Street. And a lot of people out there, you know, you'd see people talking about a bypass and these types of words that are sort of indicative of large highways that are running through towns. And what I continue to tell people, and I hope that you do too, is that this is a road extension. So we have a Pleasant Street in town, and we're extending that out, you know, past the river, past Cicero Creek, and over to Hague Road. What we feel is the great benefit to that is reducing the amount of congestion in our downtown. So when people feel like driving through downtown is a pain at certain hours, you know, it's sort of a good bad problem to have traffic. Like if you don't have traffic, that's a problem, because you don't, you know, where's the people at? So now, you know, when you have traffic, you know that there's a lot of people around, but we're trying to mitigate that a little bit, so it makes it a little bit easier to get across town for people that aren't necessarily going to downtown Noblesville. So that is a several year and several phase project. But now that the ground is broken, we'll see that moving forward fairly quickly for the first phase, which will, once the first phase is complete, that will allow travel from River Road all the way to 37, so that there essentially will be a new route across town with that first phase once that's complete. So bear with us on that project. We know that, you know, any type of construction is always sort of like a necessary evil, but once it's complete, it'll be a really nice asset for our community. So those are the city updates, lots of fun stuff. Like I said, one thing construction wise, but it's actually a great project. So I guess I did 5 awesome things. I guess I did not mention Lights Over Seminary, so I didn't want to steal Brandon's thunder on that, but this Friday, Seminary Park, as part of Deck the Downtown, this will be the 5th year that we've been able to partner with the Noblesville Preservation Alliance on Lights Over Seminary and the lights over there. So new this year, Brandon has his parks crew, John Russell, working real hard over there to decorate what we are claiming as Indiana's largest living lit tree. So nearly 60 feet tall. I've been wanting to light this thing for 5 years. Brandon figured out how to do it. And so that's happening this year. I've seen it. We've done some test runs. It's going to look magnificent in that park over there. So that's Friday. The event is 5:30 to 7:30. And with the actual lighting, the flipping of the switch at 6 p.m. And so feel free to jump on a trolley, head over there. Once you leave there, go downtown, shop, head over to Nickel Plate Arts, buy some awesome art and some unique gifts, then head down for some ice skating to end the night. So lots of fun things going on this Friday and Saturday with Midnight Mass on Friday, and Saturdays at the holidays at the Hill Market, as well as some other things happening at a walkable display at Federal Hill. So Brandon, I think I did a good job with parks stuff. Okay, perfect. So lots of stuff from me today. Appreciate you hanging in there with me. Hand it back over to Kate.
Yeah, so exciting to have so much going on. Brandon, I gave you a slide anyway, just in case you had any gaps to fill in. Do you have any tips for what about people going to ice skate? How's parking over there?
You know, you're essentially parking at the old Wendy's that has been demoed now. So you can walk right across the street that's closed there, right into the main entrance at Federal Hill. Into a lighted, what we hope is a winter wonderland this holiday season. So, you know, parking should be fine in the evenings, and once we get going over Christmas break, it's really even closer right now than it was over the summer when we didn't have that additional parking lot. But really, any updates on any holiday programming? You guys have pretty well hit them all. I mean, this weekend's going to be huge in Noblesville with everything that we have going on, whether it's with the arts or with the Deck the Halls or with the holidays downtown. There's just a ton going on, and hopefully all of that translates into increased business for our beautiful downtown. Ultimately, that's one of the main goals that we're doing this stuff with. But it's also to highlight our downtown and everything else that's really, really cool about this community. So we're looking forward to it. Let's go ice skating. Let's go shopping. Let's go look at lights. So if you have any questions, concerns, considerations, don't hesitate to reach out. But everybody else has pretty well covered it. So we're good.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, this is where we turn it over to anyone on the call that may have some follow-up questions or anything they want to ask. This is an opportunity where we're available to you right now. So feel free to unmute, type your question into the chat if you'd rather. Whatever you're most comfortable with. We'll give it just a couple minutes. And of course, if there are no questions, meaning we must have covered everything, must have been a very thorough description, then we can, of course, send you back on your day.
Actually, Kate, I have a question.
Yeah.
Because I was unable to be down here this week and would love to hear about how Small Business Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you, downtown was packed to the gills. It was fantastic. Lots of people coming out. We had Fox 59 here in the early morning making their rounds, inviting guests to come down and join us in downtown Noblesville, and that was a total blast. But everything seemed to be flowing. Spirits were high. I do love that now we go from Small Business Saturday right into the tree lighting ceremony, or lighting of the square. It just makes for a really fun, incredible day. Aaron, I don't know if you have any thoughts on that. I know you and Jake were down here shopping that day.
Yeah, just from my own, just a personal experience, when you're walking down the sidewalks and you're having to walk around people, that's a good problem to have as well. So we saw tons of shoppers. A lot of the shops that I stopped into had lines at the registers, and several have said they had record sales days on Small Business Saturday. So Kate and I and others are looking at, continuing to evolve Shop Small Saturday, which is, a national event, but how, we can add some more like kind of festive things in there going forward as well. So, but it's exciting. It was awesome to see so many people downtown, and love hearing all those cash registers ringing. So
If I can just add to that, I feel like Noblemade and Nickel Plate Arts are good kind of bellwethers for what other businesses might have seen downtown, and we're always happy to share our data. So year over year, this year compared to last year, at almost every hour of the day, we were about 30% ahead of the same time last year.
awesome.
The only difference is last year we made more sales at 4 p.m. than we did this year, but we overall, like the pace, the number of transactions, the dollar amount of transactions all seem to be up for us this year.
Fantastic.
So
Very
planning your
excited.
dinner breaks next year for around 4 p.m. So.
That's right. That's right.
Well, that's fantastic. I mean, ultimately, that's where this group and all the partners with the merchants and everybody were moving towards. So it sounds like there were a lot of good things that came out of it, and that's our goal. And so ultimately, at the end of the day, kudos to everybody for making that happen. So I'm hopefully everybody had a good day from a merchant perspective, and it sounds like Noblesville was highlighted very well.
I would agree. All right. With that, are there any more questions from anybody else on the call? All right. Well, then we'll bring this meeting to a close for today. Thank you so much for being here. Happy holidays, everyone. We look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks, everyone.
Well, yay, Jeff.
you.
I just read your comment about a best day Saturday. Hooray.
Yeah.
Hey.
So,
All right.
Have a
all
good day.
right. See you guys Friday at seminary.
Yeah.
See you all Friday for sure.